audio. In 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 audio.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV, and we are live for the Mandem Talk Wednesdays. You know what the score is. Big up to everybody who's locked in. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Hope everybody's blessed. Hope everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? And we're here, man. We're at the Mandem. We got Kaz in the building. Kaz, what are you telling me? Everything blessed?
Feeling holy. That's what's going on. Now I'm feeling
Come
good,
on.
man. Honestly, alhamdulillah. Obviously, I don't know, man. I feel great. It sounds mad that I feel great. Like, it's mad what religion can do for one person. That's just my opinion in it for myself.
Mm.
But yeah, man, I feel good. I feel real good, man. You know what? I'll be honest. I was not feeling to talk about football whatsoever. And then my favorite prayer comes around, which I prayed early by accident. Obviously, it doesn't matter. I didn't know my timetable got it wrong. I said it's my favorite prayer. It's my favorite one out of them all, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I like them all, but it made me feel good. Feel good.
Feel good now?
Yeah, man. I feel great.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's good, man. That's what you want to hear, man. So, alhamdulillah, man. We got man like Kat in the building. We got Tyrone in the building, fresh from Cheltenham. How was Cheltenham, man? How was it? Did your boys win?
Hey, listen, massive fresh from Cheltenham. I'm not trying to promote gambling, of course. That's not what I'm here to do. But the event in general, the spectacle was sick. Like, when you go somewhere once and you're like, I need to go back there. Like, I'm booking my ticket for next year. So now it was good, man, with my brother and that, and a couple of close people. So it was a good day out. And obviously, happy Ramadan to everyone as well that's celebrating. Hope everyone's blessed that's watching. I hope their families are blessed, and obviously you and Cass as well, man. So big up you guys doing your thing, man. Respect to religions out there. So good to talk again as well. Couple I've missed it. So let's the next 2 months is actually crazy. Like the schedule, game is this is it now. This crunch time. So I'm actually looking at a lot of people could be sort of like nervous when you about, oh, it's got to be that. I'm kind of like, so man,
the Glazers sniped your connection, G. They don't want you talking.
Yeah. They've got your connection. Yeah, coming in and out. Your connection's moving mad. Yeah, he's moving mad, man. The Glazers have got him, man. Yeah, coming in and out might be better for you to come in and out, and then it might be better. Yeah, he's coming in and out, man. But yeah, listen, people, man, we've got a jam-packed show. Hopefully, Neji will be joining us. Hopefully, obviously, Tyrone will be back. Musa might be back, might be here. And also, we got Brian as well, who's normally in the Straight Jacket podcast. But yeah, man, big up to everybody who's here, man. We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it. It is Casemiro. Kaz, can we survive without Casemiro?
Done it before, we'll do it again. Why not? Exactly that. Why not? Why can we not survive without him? Like no disrespect. I think Newcastle's the biggest test. Can you get over the line? And I think with a lot of these international players, for us anyways, in our midfielders especially, Sabitzer's got some valuable minutes, got a couple goals. McTominay's got 4 goals. And I'm not a big fan of McTominay. Not gonna hype him up just because he's doing it for Scotland, what he's gonna do for Man United. But form is still something. A lot of valuable minutes he needs in this game. I'm gonna support him if he is to start, even though the game before against Fulham he lost. Not the point. It's like you support your players. If they play, they play. I think when it's Sean Longstaff, Scott McTominay, that's your bread and butter, my guy. So I just feel like maybe we can survive. Just get past Newcastle game, get to Old Trafford for the next couple of games remaining, and then we should win against Brentford. We should win against Everton. It should be easier than said than done. Brentford will be a lot more tight. I think someone like McTominay against Brentford for his height would actually be a lot more valuable anyways. So yeah, man, hopefully, inshallah, like it's just can have our players fully rested. That's all I care about. Have they rested properly? Luke Shaw, Rashford, who else is there? Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, even Martinez, Varane is obviously should be
Varane don't even play international no more.
Yeah, exactly. De Gea, his head should be absolutely clear. You know, contract situations seem to be going well.
His dad didn't play yesterday as well. He didn't play for Argentina. Watch the game.
For me, it's all great. And if the players are on form, even through the international, you got to play them through. They're in good spirits.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up to Brian in the building. Brian, he's good, bro.
I'm good. How are you? How's everyone?
Good,
yeah, man. Not too bad, man. Not too bad, man. Welcome to the show, Brian. Tyrone, I'm gonna come to you, man. Casemiro.
Yeah, let me know if my connection is moving mad.
Yeah, it's not too bad now. Not too bad now.
Cool.
Yeah. Casemiro, do you reckon it's gonna be a big loss?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I think when you take him out the side, he's the biggest player when you take out the side that we change the most. I'll be honest with you. Like, I think we can get by. Like Cass said, like, if we can't get by because of one player, then that shows how bad the squad is. However, I do believe that when you take him out the side, we just miss something. You know, like in the middle of the park is the most important, obviously, defense-wise, transition, and attacking transition. I just feel like he's that link. And you know what? It's funny, yeah, because we're linked to like midfielders like Enzo Lafite, people are wanting and stuff like that. We haven't actually got a transition midfielder that actually takes the ball from the defense to the final third. But Casemiro's passing ability is underrated. So he's the best of what we've got. So when he's the best of what we've got, he's not amazing at it, but he's good. But when you take him out, it's done. What, back to McTominay? He can't receive the ball back to goal at all. You know, he runs from it. He hides behind players. Fred, we know he's in there for the off-the-ball work. Bruno Fernandes has been dropping into that deeper role and trying to do something just to get the wheels turning. Like, when he's not playing, I do miss it. And I think Newcastle away, if they beat us, yeah, I don't know if you lot know, but if they beat us, they go level on points with us, you know, same games. That's how big it is. It's like a 6-pointer for that. So Brentford after, I know they've only won 2 away games this season, but we should have enough to potentially beat Brentford. I'll probably play McTominay and that. But I'll be honest, man, I'm not as confident as what I would be with him in the side, because I really like what Casemiro has brought. There's been a few incidents this year, like, look, what people say he's missed 8 games, the red cards, the suspensions and stuff. But when he's there, man, he just gives us all as fans a bit of that security. That's the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? When he's not there, I do feel like when Newcastle are attacking on Sunday, because no matter what team you play, Saeed, yeah, it could be bottom of the league, 15th of the league, or 4th in the league. When you are away from home, teams will always have spells. You are never going to dominate a team for 90 minutes. Yeah, no matter who you play. And Newcastle are going to have spells. Can we survive them spells in that midfield when they're just penning us back, when they do have their moments, without Casemiro? That's a question that my team have got to answer on Sunday. So yeah, I am a bit worried without Casemiro, but do I think these players are good enough to get us through 3 games? I would like to think so.
It's all about the balance in it for me. That's the key thing for me, balance in that midfield. You know what I mean? Because
and I don't think, Saeed, we have balance when Casemiro's not there.
Yeah, he is that the perfect balance. when you look at we don't have a natural six. McTominay keeps being put in
Yep.
there, but you've seen it with Scotland. He's a more of an advanced 8 and more of a box to box, arrive late in the box. So you can see it there. So if Ten Hag doesn't see it, then I don't know whether you'll see it because he's scoring goals for fun for Scotland. I mean, Brian, that balance in that midfield, can Ten Hag get it right? Because I'm not gonna lie, even though I still think we could get top 4, you don't want to be losing games where, leading this points where you're allowing Tottenham and Newcastle to gain advantage, you know what I mean? We survived.
You're losing to your rivals. I know Man City and obviously like Arsenal were competing, but Saeed, like Newcastle are our direct rivals right now in terms of what we're trying to achieve this season. So losing to them on Sunday is big.
Yeah, exactly, Brian. So what do you think in terms of balance? Because it is 4 games, isn't it?
It's a long period in it, but I think this season we've shown at certain times that we can go without Casemiro. It doesn't look the same. It's a bit different, but I think we can do it. It all depends really on how we can build up from our centre backs. I think Lisandro Martinez is very, very crucial in that, and he hasn't played a lot for Argentina, so I think that's going to be fine as well. What I liked about this period, international period, is I think if you noticed, even after the World Cup, every time you have a small break, Ten Hag has time to work on the team and find ways in it. So I think the last 2 weeks he's been looking for solutions to fill that gap in where Casemiro is going to be missed in it. And now, even if you see Sabitzer now playing for Austria and he's doing very well, I think he's going to slot into that role because we haven't really seen him that much play that much under Ten Hag. We've seen him play certain games, but not really all of them. So I hope he comes in with the experience that he has to fill in. But I'm confident in it. I'm confident. It's the last stretch of the season. It's I think 9 games left for us. Or no, a little bit more. We got 12 games. I think got 12 games left. So yeah, man. I believe in Ten Hag. I think he has the right solutions, and I think we have the players as well. I was very happy to see McTominay score because everyone said he's a 6. He's not a 6. He's an 8. He even played for our 21 a few years ago as a striker. So he can add certain things to the game. And now it's just a situation where we have to be on the front foot every game now. We have to be on the front foot. And with Casemiro, you have that a lot, but then it has to be in different ways, isn't it? Like, if you look at Liverpool, when they missed Fabinho years ago, not this season, but when they missed Fabinho, they found another way to keep that ball to be high on the press. So maybe we should try Sabitzer next to Fred and then maybe Bruno as well. But he's tried other solutions. He's tried Sancho in number 10, Bruno as a deeper midfielder. Bruno played as a double pivot with Palhinha in Portugal. So we've seen multiple solutions. It's just, can we fit into this Man United team?
Yeah, Eriksen is back again. Next weekend, hopefully he's back.
I don't think he's back like that. Like, not for Newcastle. Like, he won't be available for Newcastle.
Nah, not yet.
No, I think it's their Everton game the week after. He'll hit the bench maybe.
I think he's gonna
He
play
might
for
hit the
Everton
bench
or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we need him, man. But again, you can't just put nobody next to
Ten Hag
Eriksen.
just throws him straight in like 80
You
minutes.
know what I mean?
Nah, he's done that
even
before
though-
with Martial.
Yeah, he likes that one, innit? He just says, right, you fit, right? You're starting then, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're fit for the bench,
Standard.
you're fit to start.
But
Standard.
with Eriksen though, I like Eriksen, yeah. But bro, you got to put a Casemiro next to him, man, because at the end of the day, he does not defend. He doesn't.
Nah.
You know what I mean? He leaves the 6 exposed, and that's not his job. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he lacks that mobility. So if you're gonna have to put him with someone, that person has to be ready to cover ground for Eriksen, because then he needs to do his damage further up the pitch. We've got a super chat here from Fuad Kodani's Army. He says 2019 on Oli. Saeed, give him a 10-year contract.
What?
1 year later. Oh my God, Glazer's out.
How has he got an army?
2023. let me hear it. Let me hear him out. 2023 on David De Gea, numero uno, new contract. 1 year later, flop Glazers out. Listen, that doesn't make sense. At least come correct in it. What you're trying to say here, like, I've always been Glazers out. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going on here, mate. But I appreciate the super chat. And yeah, man, big up to you, mate. Eriksen should be back for Saturday. Sorry, next Saturday, I think it is Everton. But I think for me,
Tony, man.
sorry,
Tony.
Yeah,
Tony.
he's the main.
Bro, listen, Tony.
Nah.
Listen, we don't joke around with that one, man.
I'm
He's
gassed.
never
I'm
gonna be
gassed.
back.
I'm gassed. I'm
Tony's
gassed. I'm
back
gassed.
for He's there for
Hey,
Newcastle.
Brian, don't get me excited, man. We're already here
Nah, I'm
believing in. You know
gassed,
what I'm saying?
bro. I saw a tweet. It's like, oh, who would you start with your front three? And someone said, yeah, Martial, Sancho, Rashford for 30 minutes, and then someone's gonna get injured again, bro. But I'm gassed, man.
Probably.
I'm super excited, bro. Tony's back,
Hey, we'll still score 3 in that.
bro.
Cass said at the start.
We
Cass
play
said
away
at the
against
start of the
DM, bro.
show. Cass said at
Go
the
on.
start of the show. He's feeling holy. I'm feeling holy.
Come on, man. Let's,
Nah, this
Bro,
guy.
Martial FC, we're back.
he's
We're back
not,
out here.
not serious.
Nah, man.
Oh,
listen,
but now
man.
let's see. That's another debate, man. But let's see if he's back in the squad Sunday, which he should be, and then we'll go from there. But who's Saeed? You know when you look at no, read that. Go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because why not Leach? Big up to Freddie Marcel said, why not Leach at CDM, Shaw at left centre back, and Malassi at left back? We've never tried that situation with Leach.
Ah, man.
Never.
He don't. Nah, I see why he doesn't do it. I see why he doesn't do it. It would make sense in a way. Like it would be nice to see maybe him next to Sabitzer. Maybe that could work. Bruno in front. I think that would be definitely something. But it's the way we play from the back. That's the difference, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just the way he needs to start from the back rather than the middle. I need to see really and truly with DM. I don't want to see McTominay there. He's not a DM, man. He can't pick the ball. It's not his game. Sabitzer has to go there. Sabitzer has to go there. He's the only balanced one that we got. And you're gonna have to put. You're gonna maybe
he's the best of what we've got available.
I don't even know. I don't know. Look, I saw it for a little bit, but I don't think I like the Sabitzer McTominay duo too tough. I don't think it's balanced. I think Fred next to him makes sense.
Yeah.
Fred's got energy, man. Put him
But he
around.
stopped it, you know. Cause he stopped giving Fred and Sabitzer like
Because Fred was
game
playing
time.
a
I
lot
don't
of
know what
games.
it is.
Fred was playing a lot of games for us. He had to come on and bail us out. And like, remember in Fulham, he said, "Yeah, just get him on. Just get him
How
on."
many games did Fred and Sabitzer started? Because I remember they started
They only-
off like playing together.
They've only played
Hey?
2 Leeds. That was it.
He didn't, yeah, and then after that he just stopped. I don't know what.
Only way
Obviously,
I
I know
can think-
Casemiro.
Only way I think of it is I can't see it, but maybe he puts Sabitzer and Bruno in the pivot, and then
I
he
think
puts
that's well.
like Sancho in a 10.
Yeah, he might do that. You know, he
think-
might
I
actually
think
drop
as well.
Bruno deeper, and then
He might experiment with it, but I don't think Newcastle's always a great time to experiment.
But that's why Lisandro doesn't make sense. I don't think Ten Hag is gonna try new things without trying it before. That he played Sancho in the 10, like I think 2 games in a row, and I think he liked it. So that would make more sense than putting like Lisandro Martinez at number 6. So I think it's gonna be Sabitzer and Bruno next to
Yeah.
each other, and then hopefully Sancho at number 10.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I actually think that because the passing from the back, obviously passing through the lines, Varane, as much as I love him, of course, great centre back, his passing is probably, if I had to pick something to improve on, it'd be his passing. So the fact that Lisandro Martinez is very good at passing through the lines, if he can get it into Bruno on the half turn and we can try and get Sancho in the little pockets up against Longstaff, whoever it's going to be in there, then, you know, we might get some joy. I just don't want Sancho to get physically like bullied on, because I felt like in that Leicester game, I think it was the Leicester game, one of the games he got subbed off, I felt like physically, it might have even been Southampton when we were there, Saeed, actually.
It was no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was another game. I remember there was a 10
Yeah, and he wasn't
yeah,
like getting, he just kept getting out muscled or like he weren't putting his foot in to like get the ball under control. It's like against Newcastle, you need to be physically astute. That's one thing that they're very good at, being physical. And if Sancho can get in the pockets and actually get himself on the ball, then I think he can cause them trouble because he's mobile. But it's just whether he's strong enough to say, right, I want that ball more than, you know, Sven Botman. Is he going to want to put his foot in? But this is going to be a test. And you know what? Yeah, there's been a few games this season. I think that Ten Hag has learned a lot about the players. Like, if you could pick 4 or 5 that you're like, okay, in the summer, he'll probably do this because of this. This might be a game on Sunday where he finds out a lot more again about these players because they are going to be tested. And you can't, you know, it's not one of them games you could just let pass you by because Newcastle will be in your face. Step up, be counted, and show Ten Hag why you want to be in that squad. It's one of them games.
Big up Neji in the building. What are you telling me, bro? If it's good.
I'm nice, man. A little bit ill, man. Sorry to the panel that I came a little bit late in the viewers. My bad, man. I'm just
Nah, it's all good, man.
I'm
Don't worry
waxed,
about
man.
it.
I'm not very well. But what's the topic, man? What we saying, boys? What we
We're
saying?
just talking about Casemiro. You're looking at the physicality of Newcastle as well. We've got a couple of games, Brentford as well. Just because of the physicality, a couple of people mentioned in the comments, you know what I mean? Who would you kind of like prioritize in that midfield? You know, would you go with a McTominay? Would you go with a Fred and Sabitzer? Because they are going to be in your faces pressing us like there's no tomorrow.
Boys, I've been telling you the longest, man. Mano is the guy, boys. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, wait, one sec. I've got an injury update for Newcastle. Saint Maximan's out. He's out. Anthony
Yeah,
Gordon's
but
got
he
an
wasn't going to
ankle.
play anyway.
Yeah,
You don't want to
to
see Wan
Wait,
Bissaka, bro.
Hear this.
Yeah, I don't want to set back to him playing. He's dangerous.
You don't want to see
Wait,
Wan
one sec,
Bissaka, bro.
All right,
It's
cool.
true.
One sec.
It's true.
Let me go through the list. This is the day ago. Yeah, Alan Saint Maximan's got a hamstring injury. He's a doubt. Anthony Gordon has an ankle problem. He's also out. Apparently, he's a massive doubt. Probably won't start. Apparently, Miguel Almiron's
wasn't gonna play
also
anyway.
out. He's out. He's got a fight injury. He pulled a thigh muscle in training. And he's going to be out for 6 weeks. Nick Pope's got a knock. He'll probably play though. And Sven Botman has got a virus.
Oh yeah.
I think I'll be honest. Yeah, I think midfield wise, I know Casemiro's on a mazza at the moment, so we ain't gonna be able to play him. But I personally, and I know McTominay scored goals, but let's be honest, that's not him playing midfield. So I don't want to hear no McTominay chat because he's in form for Scotland. I don't want to hear it because if you want to talk about why he's in form for Scotland, because he scored 4 goals in 2 games, which is incredible, but he's playing as a striker up the top. Like, we ain't going to play him there. Do you know what I mean? So scrap that. I don't. That goal scoring confidence will not, have any positive effect of him playing in the midfield when the pressures are different. So well done McTominay, but he ain't starting for me. So I have to go. With Sabitzer and Fred personally, and Bruno, just for the simple fact that I think Sabitzer is quite well-rounded as a midfielder and could do the defensive job and the capabilities, especially if Martinez is playing at centre-back. So for me, personally, I'm saying Fred and Sabitzer are your only options based on experience and what they can bring as a package in this system.
Can I ask you a question off the back of that, then, Naiji?
Also, Ty.
Apparently,
Sean Longstaff is also out with a knee injury now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to. Well, the press conference is tomorrow, so that would be good to. I'll check that. I wanted to challenge you, Naiji, because I'm not disagreeing with what your option is in midfield. Fred Sabitzer, I also have to go with. But does it worry you, that when we last saw them, that was the Leeds game at home, and we got absolutely bopped in that first half, and obviously we come back, salvage the game 2-2. But I'm talking as them as a pair, it was very alarming in the first half. And with Newcastle, the way they press, which is probably even better than Leeds, does that leave you with eyebrows going into this game then?
I have every game, Bedrin, and I respect the question because it's relevant, and I can see the relevance of it. But I'm in the hopeful land and optimistic land that sometimes, you're going to come up against a team where they feel great anyway. They're going to have their moments and their one-time game. I don't believe off the back of where they're up to right now, given their current form, given we slapped them, of course, we had Casemiro, but we slapped them as well. I think we have the psychological advantage to go in there. And if they do step up toe-to-toe, I think it's a challenge that Man United midfield will welcome as opposed to back down from and be inferior to. That being said, again, playing the objective side of it, with what you're saying, if it is a case that they do run through and they come up, I'm still going to have to stick with Sabitzer and Fred because I don't see another midfielder, because ultimately it's not just about physicality, it's about the awareness on the pitch because they can break lines perfectly. And I don't think McTominay is always in my opinion, I think if I'm more specific, he has to be more conscious of where he's going, whereas certain midfielders naturally pick up certain areas and read the play instinctively. I think McTominay has a more conscious game to play in midfield with that physicality, and I feel like we'll get broken past often in the game.
Yeah, the thing is, it's about balance. The only thing is for me, is that, big up to Real Zlatan. He says here about the control in midfield, man. There is no control in that midfield, and it is a problem for the summer. This is why, for me, people keep saying, "Oh, David De Gea." Like, we don't have no control in the midfield anyway. We don't control games. That's the number one priority.
Can I ask a question, though? Why are we always worried about physicalities of other teams and not just trying to outplay them from the start? Because every time we speak about like these type of teams, we talk about, their midfield is strong and that. But I've seen City play with Bernardo Silva for the last 2-3 years, and they pop up teams every time. So why do you always think about that?
I'll tell you straight, Brian, because our players ain't good enough.
Nah, but if you look at Bruno and Sancho, you don't think that they're technically good enough to beat?
Not Bruno Fernandes in terms of controlling games. No way.
Nah, I'm not saying controlling all the time, innit? Sometimes it's just about playing out of, like, I don't know how you say it in English, innit? But playing out of duel, innit? Playing out of making sure you're not getting mark tightly and making sure you run into spaces, isn't it? And that's something that we always look
I
about.
just think our players lack technical quality, Brian. I think if you said to me,
I
and
think
Ten
we have
Hag,
good
and
enough
you
players,
got us
though.
in the room,
I think we have
and
good enough
technically
players.
secure players, which I think City have a lot of, we
Yeah.
don't have a lot of them. And having technically secure players
Changeable as
enables
well.
you to keep the ball. And if you keep the ball, you control the game.
Yeah, but Ty, in comparison to City, I get that, but we're talking about Castle, bro. And respectfully, for this game in particular, I don't think we need overly technically skilled players to City's level to go and rummage this Newcastle team in midfield. I think it's a cause for concern where you're bringing it, but I wouldn't put too much heat on it, given there's other factors in this game that could easily see us getting the points necessary with this squad that we've got.
Brian's saying in terms of why can't we go to Newcastle and control the game, and I'm saying that I don't believe the players that we have got are good enough for me to go to
control the game.
And
In that aspect, I have to agree. In terms of controlling, Brian, like again, because Castle away is a difficult place for any team, especially this season.
Yeah.
But when it comes to controlling the game, doesn't necessarily mean because we have less control in the game that we won't win it comfortably. I just think it's going to have to be a different approach to that team.
Yes,
and I think that's the only thing.
Or soak it up and try and...
Yeah. And I think we could win that way easily, 3-0, 4-1, whatever.
You just got to stick
Bruno.
I'm thinking now, yeah. If I look ahead and let's say, okay, we're hoping Tony's fully fit and he can play that game and he starts. Yeah, we've seen him try it out at number 10 a few times this season. I know, Saeed. I know. But
Brian, talk on it.
You have to keep faith in it. But I've seen him play in a number 10 role. He's good enough, technically good enough, and strong enough to be on the ball. Why not try him in the number 10?
He's our top 3 technical players. 100%.
And then drop Bruno down a little bit next to Sabitzer. I think that can work as well. I think that's something that we might try. We've seen Weghorst. Yeah, we've seen him start goals.
If Weghorst can play in the number 10, could you imagine what Marshall? I don't even.
Bro, listen, leave Weghorst alone.
We can try that out, innit? That's all I'm saying.
Leave Weghorst alone.
But Saeed, it's true. I'm just saying, if Weghorst is played in the 10, Marshall could definitely play in the 10.
Easy. That's the biggest upgrade you can get. Yeah. Exactly. But again, it comes down to availability, and Martial isn't available. Well, there you go. Big up Matt Ross says, with Eric Ten Hag, we can survive without Casemiro. And Fuad Kudan says, Sancho, Pep so Nasri as he was. Yeah, listen. You know what, man? This is Sancho. For me, he's got the rest of the season, and he's gonna bed into the team. It's just all about giving him time, man. My thing is, we do have a lack of controllers. I always think in these away games, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but we do lack a bit of control. There's a little bit element of, the team end up kind of discombobulating a little bit. We don't have, let's be honest, when away game where we've controlled the game in let's say a half, or I don't know, what game have you felt comfortable in an away game as well? Be honest, guys. It has been a bit kind of just getting off. Sorry,
Crystal Palace. He was definitely in control of that game.
Who was bopping. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I don't think so.
Everton away, we were bopping them as well after
Everton away. I'll give you that one, but that was when that was what
we won the ball back so quick. It was until a certain I can't remember who came on or who came off or whatever. It just changed it a little bit, and they had the last thing. Chelsea as well.
Chelsea's a great one. I actually was
thinking that's October. That's October, guys. That's October.
That's where we had Eriksen as well.
We need to stick
Eriksen as well.
We need to stick Rashford up front, put Sancho against Trippier, and have Anthony against my man and Bruno in the 10. That would be me. Put Bruno on Bruno Gomes because he's had his number twice now at Old Trafford and also in the even in the cup final. Just
Sancho against Trippier.
Yeah, all day long.
That's going to be long.
Really?
That's going to be long. That's going to be
long.
long.
He's going to get bullied, man. Trippier's too aggressive for him. One tackle, it's game over.
Game over, man.
Last time, Rashford went up against Trippier in the cup final. Trippier ate him up. Yeah, he ate him up until Rashford went up front and it started being a little bit different. Vehicles dropping deeper.
But you want Rashford on the wing.
Why I want Sancho against Trippier is because I think Trippier's main game is reading the game. And because he lacks a bit of pace, he needs to read the game a lot better. So he thrives in that role. I think with Sancho, what he can do, if Luke Shaw decides to get on his high horse, he can really backtrack. There's no Almiron. Who they're going to play at white? Joe Willock or someone like that? He's going to have a hard time doing defensively. And if there's one player, I think we can push them back. They got no Almiron, no Saint Maximan.
Yeah, no, Isak though. Isak's a dangerous player and anywhere in the front three.
I'll be honest.
I worry about him, man.
I'll be honest. I'm not really afraid of that man when I've got a fully fit Varane and I can't lie.
You don't have to be afraid, bro. But there's got to be an element of respect to his game because he's decent, man. You can hurt, man.
That's just me. I'm more afraid of Callum Wilson more than Alexander Isak.
No.
Nah, you're mad.
Nah. Nah.
He's better than Callum Wilson.
You know, like all these tricks got your man's brain all quick, yeah. Because you forget, like Callum Wilson, just because he had a bad stint, like he's nothing, he's no good.
Nah,
Because
Isaac's all-round player, all-round game.
Callum Wilson at Old Trafford was causing us havoc, bro. They should have had a penalty.
Isaac, Cass, trust me, Isaac is a much more rounded player than
No. I get it. Isaac's had a few good games, a couple clutch moments. Now I think he's a good player, but I think Callum Wilson he don't stop running. And there's just something that our defense don't like is when a player does not stop running.
Isaac like that then for Newcastle. He runs the channels and holds it up. He does everything better than Wilson.
I don't mind the channels. It's not the channels that I'm worried about. I like Isak's a better football player than Callum Wilson. I don't mind the channel stuff because I got Wan-Bissaka and Shaw.
Yeah, but you just said about Luke Shaw overlapping and there's going to be nothing behind. So that's the channel.
Luke Shaw 1v1s would be more than sound. It's the ones that hit us.
You're saying, Kaz, hear what, bro? Hear what?
No, I hear you. Because you're not listening, bro. Honestly,
no, I am. Let me ask you a question because I don't understand you.
What I'm saying, fam.
No. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Your initial point was, yeah. Excuse me. Your initial point was about Sancho versus Trippier, and you're saying, sure, hopefully doing the overlapping thing, there's nothing going to be really to go back in. I'm trying to say to you, Isaac, the same way you've just agreed, is that he's dangerous in the channels. But you're now saying you're not worried about the channels. The channels are going to be open if what your wish is that Sancho's there facing Trippier and Shaw's doing the overlaps. So there's a bit of a
no, because I'm comfortable with Martinez more time at Varane. They cover the wings pretty well. Sometimes Martinez gets stripped. What I'm more afraid of is probably if he changes the game, Isak down the wings are different. I don't really see Isak down the center. What Callum Wilson is why he gets taken off. When he tries to attack the center and he doesn't get no luck, that's when they bring Isak on and he does the channels. That's where they got their luck against Nottingham Forest and so forth. And even against I think it was against Leeds as well. He was a beast. That's not the area. What I'm saying, Callum Wilson down the center, in and around the DM, making sure he closes down the DM, which we haven't got at the moment. This is why I say I'm more afraid of Callum Wilson disrupting the way our team than Isak at the moment. Just from styles. That's all it is. I'm not saying Isak is garbage. I just said I'm more afraid of Callum Wilson than Isak at this moment of time.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not the flanks, it's the middle.
But if they click
the middle, we're done.
Can I go back to your Sancho statement? Like, Trippier's biggest strength is him crossing in the ball in it, so he has to come up high. I would like to exploit that right hand side of Newcastle with Rashford in it, with his pace. So I think that's where Rashford is better. Yes, in the final we switched him to the number 9 position, but I think he's way better off the left, pure because that's how he feels. But even like the spaces that Newcastle are gonna leave open, I think that's the best side for us to attack.
No, but Anthony's already done that job though. He's done it twice now. Against Dan Burn twice at Old Trafford, he made it.
That's a mismatch as well, isn't it?
This is Anthony's good game. Hopefully, this is good game.
Big up Matt Ross. He says, "Big up the channel. Big up to everybody watching, guys. There's over 500 in here. Make sure you like the video, man. It takes 2 seconds for you to like the video. Hit the like button, man, and let's get the algorithm up, man. Big up to Matt Ross. Says, big up the channel. According to Fabrizio, CF is the number 1 prize for United. If money is no option, what are each of your first 2 signings this summer?"
Start with you, Saeed.
Listen, I think for me it's Osimhen, 100%, and it's also a midfielder. Which midfielder I want right now? It's a bit of a techie one. I still want a kind of a midfielder that can control games. But also, I think we need a midfielder that is a great ball carrier. I like Barella. I don't know about you guys, but I like Barella. I don't think we're going to get De Jong, I'll be honest with you. Kone, that plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I think that's an option as well. I do like Zielinski. I think he's very, very good. But yeah, that's kind of midfielders I'll be looking at. But again, just depends on what.
Like, the way we pick up the ball, like Barella's not a first phase pick up, he's more second phase, like Enzo Laffi more second phase, Claudio Kone second phase. Only Frankie de Jong is such a rare breed in control. He's a first phase, he can pick it up from the the goalkeeper, the line, and it's just who else is there to do the first phase?
Who's your 2, cousin? Who's your 2?
There's one more. I can't lie. If we can't get anyone, I like Kovacic, man. If you can keep him fit, but I doubt it's gonna ever happen.
Nah, he's not fit enough.
My 2. If I'm hearing Harry Kane for 80 million. I'm taking it.
What are you saying, Ty? Well, who's your two? Because two signings.
Frankie, man. Or Osimhen.
Yeah,
Osimhen.
I'll go Osimhen, and then I'll go De Jong or Cacaret from Lyon, Maxime Cacaret.
Ooh,
Okay,
That's a nice
nice.
shot. That's a nice shot. I like that one.
Neji, what you say?
Me. Who's the I always forget the black Donny's name, bro. Is it? Oh, I think it's Onana or Owana from Everton, the midfielder. Black geezer.
Nana.
Oh, Nana.
Onana,
That's
yeah, I
your
love him.
That's
Love
your
him, man.
first choice.
I feel like that type of
That's your
player
first choice.
there. I feel like Eric Ten Hag could do some work and clean him up and produce something wonderful out of him because he's very, very underrated. He looks sloppy because he's just hiding everything, but genuinely, technically, I love his intelligence, man. And I think for the price of what you're getting when you're trying to add strength to the depth of the squad, I think he's a player that you bring on whilst Casemiro is having a rest or whatever. I think that's that for me personally. And then more time. I'm not trying to hear number 11. I'll be honest. You can go suck something dry. So I'll be honest. I'm more time looking at either Usherman, Kane, or Tony. I wouldn't mind either one personally, based on talent alone. Although I have my concerns with any kind of player of those three. Tony, personally, talent great. Could he step up for the United shirt and would he be a number one striker? Big question mark. Kane's character. Does he have that character and that personality to wear the red shirt? I don't know. Osherman, again, of course, the Italian league, and he's quite raw, but he seems, and again, I use the keyword seems, limited in his overall play. I feel like he may need a little bit more work on his actual overall game, which, again, you have to give time and patience for. So pros and cons with a lot of the strikers, man. I'll be honest, nothing clear cut for me.
Did you say your first player you're bringing in as a midfielder is Onana, yeah?
I didn't say my first player. That's how you've taken it because that's the first name I mentioned.
That's what I thought the question was. Who's your first
No,
pick?
the question was you get two signings. Which two signings? It could have been any order. So, yeah.
Ooh, I like that one as well. Arian,
Onana's more box to box, though.
Garte's a great choice. That guy can do everything.
I like Onana, man. I feel like if Ten Hag is going to get his team playing where we're going to be controlling games more, like more time, you're going to want a box-to-box level where, okay, on the counters, you're going to get a man coming back. He's got the intelligence to hold up the ball, hold up a man, tight situation, and then carry on getting the ball again. And that's when it's on the cons. When Ten Hag's, looking at a 3 against 2 at the back or a 4 against 3, you're going to need that midfielder to bust back. We've seen Bruno amount of times having to track back, sprint back, put them side tackles, and I think Onana does a more tidy job than that. Yeah. I wouldn't object to having another profile like that in midfield, but again, I'm just thinking of if we don't get new owners, because if we don't get new owners, you have to start looking at these prices.
Yeah. Well, Onana done well for Belgium as well throughout the international period.
Yeah, he did well. I was watching the game well. Yeah.
I would get maybe Benasser from AC Milan. I like him a lot.
That's another good one.
I wanted him in the summer, but then he signed a new contract.
But he's injury prone as well. But I like him as well. And then obviously I'll go for Kane in there as a striker. But I think Benasser is someone that can really fit into our squad. But it's hard, man. But the thing is with Milan, though, they don't really extend players like that, so you can get them on the cheap because they've been having issues to extend Leao the whole season. I don't know if anyone noticed, but he's like running out this season.
Who?
Leao.
Who?
Oh,
Leao. Yeah, I'm not sure about Leao, man. I'm not sure about Leao.
Nah, but if you can get him, why not? On a free.
No, but he's got 1 more year left, isn't he?
I can't lie. If Marcus Rashford is true, which I doubt it, but this 500 grand a week kind of situation is if it's like that after one season, I'll be like, nah, ship your boat, mate. I'll get Leao.
By the way, Rashford, he's just come out and put a little statement out, saying that reports that are saying that he's demanding a lot of money are rubbish, and he's put out a statement. By the way, he's put out a statement on IG. Yeah, man. He's putting not a statement, but this kind of like almost like saying, like nothing's going on. He's putting here.
Why, the thing is, why would he have the mentality to all of a sudden go, you know what, 500 racks, there you go. Why would the enter over a level where he's been supported, he's been coached by Benny McCarthy. Of course, he's in mad form. He's going to have a level of respect and loyalty towards the player and the project of where they're going. To not even warrant 500 bags, that's stupid. Like, whoever makes these reports, like, genuinely just need to have critical thinking and just go raw. Like,
it was the mirror.
It still makes no sense. There's no way he's asking for that. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Transaction, man. That's prime Ronaldinho shit. Comes Ronaldinho for 3 years. You get him. Yeah, 500 bags in this market, mate. That's enough. Like,
Yeah.
that's not what's happening right now. Stupid.
Let's talk about this story today about Laurie Whitwell. I know you posted it in the morning, Tyrone, and I started with you, man. Apparently, David De Gea wants to stay, but I think apparently he rejected the contract. Did he say rejected the contract?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, they're going to go back with another set of terms. It won't be a problem with it getting renewed. I'll be honest with you. I think it's just a matter of time, if I'm totally honest, patching up a few loose ends. But I think the main talking point is probably not De Gea's contract, which will get resolved. It's whether De Gea should be here or not. I think that's the main thing. And I think a lot of people are torn, which is going to be interesting to see what everyone else thinks. But I feel for like the long term aspects of Manchester United, I would move De Gea to a number 2 keeper or have him competing with someone else. Because one thing that I've noticed when I go to Old Trafford or when I watch Man United games, which obviously we all watch every game we can, if not all of them, when De Gea is in possession of the ball, I've seen him do that silly pass out where the other team pick up on the ball. And he's done this. He's been at the club 12 years. This is not something that's new. He's done it in patches where he does it for 1 game and doesn't do it for 6. I've seen him be doing it like once every 2 games or, once every game. And that's leading to chances for the other team. Yes, he's a great shot stopper, but the shot stopping doesn't happen without his initial error in the first place. And this is what I'm trying to highlight to people. A lot of the saves he makes, which are great saves, actually come a lot from his distribution or putting us in tricky positions. So for me, if I had it my way, I would buy another keeper and have someone contesting with David De Gea because apparently he's good in the dressing room. But from Ten Hag's side, this is my flip part. I do get it. Ten Hag has clearly said, you know what? I want to prioritize other positions so I don't feel like De Gea is number 1 priority right now. So I'm going to keep him. So then next summer, if we get a striker this summer, we get a midfielder and we get another position, 3 out of our main positions we need. And then next year we go and get a goalkeeper. No one really complained because then we're replacing all them key positions we need. So it's just not a priority. And with the finances, we don't know what's going on. The ownership stuff, we don't know what's going on. We need to just get mainly our best, positions sorted out that we need. So yes, personally, I want a new keeper or someone to challenge De Gea, personally. But from the club side and Ten Hag side, if it's not going to be available to buy all these players, then Ten Hag is taking the right approach in, a midfielder, a striker, and whatever other position he wants to fill. But yes, you know me, man. I'm going to be straight up. I don't feel like De Gea is the long-term solution. And even if he does stay this year, this will be his last year as like a proper number 1, I think.
I think he's a bit like Bruno, innit? His all-round game is awful, like on the eye, innit? But when it comes to what matters, he pulls through. That's what he is. Like the saves, these free kicks, these ones that go in bottom bins. It's not always from his mistakes. That's just from the players as well.
Yeah, of course. But a lot of them have been this season.
Moving forward,
I
want a new goalkeeper. When David Raya is there for 20 million,
do you know what I mean?
27, he's not even in his prime. When a keeper hits about 29, 30, 31, prime time for goalkeepers when they really thrive. Look at like Fabianski, 38, still balling out. Areola's how old, and he's still balling. Like, they just get better, don't they? So I think David Raya at 27 is a great one. 20 million, you can't say no. We still look. We were struggling for a keeper anyways, a number 2. So it goes to show if there's a number 2 available for 20 million, you're going to snap your hand at it. So why would you not? There's not. Look, I'm pretty sure Chelsea may go in for him as well. He doesn't have to relocate. That would be a Tottenham will be in for him. Will be in for him. Man City, Liverpool won't. Arsenal obviously won't. David Raya's there, man. If not, go elsewhere. I know he's gonna, but I don't fancy personally. If you got a budget, if you do have a budget, I'm not really as a fan. I'm not prepared to accept 60, 70 million paid on Diogo Costa. Like another one that's up and coming and young and everything. He's similar to. You could say he's kind of similar in the way for when De Gea came through the ranks. Young, up and coming, beast. He's got the headlines when he came into Premier League. Probably starts off rubbish, then our goalkeeping coaches do what they do and make them into a beast. Could be one of them situations.
I think for me, midfielders are the priority, man. I think everybody's opinions will change, not on David De Gea, but the way we play football and this kind of situation where we don't build out from the back. A lot of it comes down to midfield. Yes, it's from the keeper, but you got to remember, sometimes you see Lisandro Martinez is one of our best passers. That shouldn't happen, man. You know what I mean? Your midfielders should be your best passers. So until we sort this situation out and we actually have midfielders that can be able to to compose himself in tight positions, that can play out from the back, that can
You
receive
think
the
it
ball.
might make De Gea's job easier because
It,
then you've
it
got
will make
someone
the game
to-
job easier.
Mm.
And I think ultimately, De Gea would have a lot less to do. You can see this season, David De Gea is doing better in distributing the ball to the fullbacks. Is he getting better in distributing it maybe to midfielders? No. But I just feel ultimately there
I
is
was
no
thinking
options.
that
And if
as well.
there is options, there aren't many, because at the end of the day, these players like Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Sabitzer can do it. Casemiro can do it. Everyone else, not many players can receive the ball on the half turn, move
Facts.
out of tight. There's not. And then I think that's why Ten Hag's thinking, right, let me get better midfielders, and then I can maybe sort out David De Gea. But right now, like Bruno Fernandes, like I said to you people, he will be a big part of Ten Hag's plan, because he sees him that can be, he sees him as someone that can offer him certain things that we might as fans think, you know what, nah, it's the intensity. It's all about upgrading. But for right now, I don't believe, you know what I mean, we should be looking at
It's not.
number,
I don't think it's
number
a
one
main.
right
I don't
now.
think it's not number one priority. But we need to sort out. I think even two
Yeah,
midfielders.
Yeah, that's another whole situation.
I think
What
yeah,
we
yeah,
need to sort out.
Yeah.
A priority, no, for me. But
Striker,
anyone else
striker,
disagree?
centre mid, and a backup team is my biggest priority right now.
That might be the last step, you know, the last step to the whole Ten Hag process is to get a goalkeeper. So, yeah, man, I agree with you, man.
I'll just keep it 100, man. I'm just laughing, bro. I'm laughing because I'll be honest. I made the observation, yeah, and I say observation because it was based on the theories, yeah, that at the start of the season, I said if he has the Joe Hart treatment, and you man can vouch for this, I say give him the Joe Hart treatment. If he's good enough, and by the way, the key word is enough, not good, good enough, yeah, not elite, yeah, not stupid, good enough for Ten Hag for the first season, and maintains the qualities that he already has, and then improves in areas that he needs to improve in order for the game to at least flow enough, then you keep him and he's no longer a priority. However, you do go and buy another keeper to rival his position either for next season or in the future. So I'm looking at De Gea going, you've clearly done enough, yeah, to go and get yourself a new contract. Otherwise, the Bomberhole manager won't be giving you one. And I don't want to hear this, oh, there's priorities in midfield, because it's all right for us to talk about, oh, we'll get Osimhen and Kane, or go get Kane and another striker, and they're looking at 140 million. But now we're acting like we're broke again because we're talking about De Gea, and we're thinking, oh, we've only got a certain amount of money to focus on midfield. Let's just keep it 100. There are people out there, yeah, and we can talk about the Twitter world, and I'll laugh about it 24/7. Twitter has made them feel entitled, yeah, to the stage where that now they can have subjective emotional opinions that they then hold on a player. And they've used those opinions to not have an accurate and a fair, honest, objective judgment of De Gea this season. I'm in that boat because my preference is bring a new keeper in. We need a new keeper. That's my preference, people. So when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, this does not favor my preference. I'm talking about it being on the fence, on the balance. Let me see what will go on this season. And all I'm seeing is extremists and people who are struggling from, like, kind of, how can I put it? Struggling from memories that they've had from past. And every time De Gea ticks that box or triggers them, they go, oh my God, see, he's done it again. I was in the strep for them, bro. Yeah. And so shout out to the guy who was on the 4th tier above me, bro. Did a flying Muay Thai swing kick, come jumping off when we went 2-1 up. Yeah. I kid you not. He's okay though. To pick him up. But I'm hearing, yeah, like literally three steps that way. The guy's like, oh, I can't trust De Gea on the ball. And I'm like, yeah, I know a lot of people can't. And then he made that instant pass to Martinez under pressure. And then he looked at his mate and laughed and went, yeah, he doesn't normally do that though. And I'm thinking, normally that's an area where you should be giving credit to go, oh, fair play, you proved me wrong, fair play. Because that's what you do, bias. You have an observation of a player. If he proves you wrong, that's what you want to see. But already people got in their head that, he's not good enough. So they just look for every narrative to fit that box. So I'm thinking, give him the season, judge him fairly. And as I said at the start, he ain't been elite. I don't think he needs to be elite. But he's done a lot better than most of think. And clearly the manager is rewarding that with a new contract to say, I still see your value. Because one thing you're not going to get, right? And as much as it's not modern or popular in terms of saving the ball from going in the goal right now, I will ask you honestly, how do you replace the world-class abilities that he still has and that he has shown in another keeper? Because you're acting like it's okay to ping a ball 10, 15 yards, but when it's one-on-one or your team ain't packing it and you need someone to keep it at 0-0 or 1-0 lead, is your new keeper going to do that? And if he doesn't do that, You're literally going to come back and go, oh, we need De Gea. But you go, oh no, but only 50 mil passes.
But you know
Depends
what it is?
on
You know what it is, though? Let me.
I'm
I'm
the
gonna add
same,
something.
man.
I'm gonna add something to this. Everyone knows Edison. This is perfect example. Is not a great shot stopper. Everyone knows his best ability is his distribution. Yeah, and everyone knows
I
why
think
he
Edison's a
does.
great shot stopper.
No, he's not. He's awful.
I don't
He's a
think
good-
he's
of
that
course he's a
great.
great
I'm,
shot
I'm with
stopper.
Cass.
Don't
I'm with
lie.
Cass.
Nah,
I'm
I
with
don't
Cass
think
on
he's
this.
awful,
I'm
man.
with
I
Cass.
think he's okay, man.
He is.
Okay, yeah, he's okay.
okay.
Like,
Yeah,
No,
great is like a
it's
7
not-
out of
but-
10.
but
Okay,
it's-
is
I
like
agree with Cass.
me.
you're not listening. You're not listening, anyways. as
Yeah, I
per-
I
agree
am
with
listening, go on, bro.
Allison, he's got all three things: positioning, reflexes. Yeah, and his other one is his shot stopping, and then the other one is your goalkeeping distribution. The only thing that De Gea has is one of those. Now, see, this is why
What I've
Man
always said,
City
yeah.
probably face a lot less shots. And why do they face a lot less shots at goal? Because they control the game and they squeeze the game out of teams, so they don't have to face as many shots. And when it comes down to it, they know they
There
can
you
pass
go.
it back if they need to recycle. They know that they can create a chance from nothing, from yard 0 or 1 in the box to all the way to yard 70 on the wing. That's the difference, and that's
So
why
let me
we
get
need
your
to-
point straight then.
when you get control of a game more, because your players are more technically astute, by the way, if you've got the collective, it don't matter. If we were, let's say this time around, yeah, we had a David Raya in goal. Let's just say we did have that. A lot of these goals that they'll be, the goal will be controlling a lot more games, but a lot of these other goals will be flying in. You can't just do tit for tat. You have to build with De Gea with more players. Like if you to get rid of him, you have to build with other players as well to suit
Yeah.
that game.
So
That's what it is.
that's why I'm agreeing with you,
That's what
Kaz,
it is.
right?
I'm just saying, if we
Go on.
were to control more games and have a goalkeeper that's a lot more rounded balance, a lot more rounded, more special in a little area more than others, of course. You can't be great at everything, unfortunately, in this day and age. Then maybe we'll be facing a lot less on our goal, meaning our defense have a lot less pressure, meaning a lot less energy expended as well. And that means
Okay.
you can go and you can go and press.
So
more.
this is why I agree with you, and this is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Look at Man City's trajectory. They're going Joe Hart, Bravo, then Edison. Ten Hag is not going to find full control within the space of 2 seasons, regardless of how amazing this first season's been. He's not going to find that within the next 2-3 seasons. So my original point stands with De Gea. You're still going to need a keeper, right? When your team mess up to keep you in the game. I made that statement pre-season when man were going in on De Gea. And lo and behold, this season, we've needed De Gea. We've needed them qualities. We need to go through the Joe Hart process, the Bravo process, before we get there. Unless De Gea is a detriment to what Ten Hag's trying to build in the immediate future. And for me, this is what I'm trying to say. We'll get the keeper in, I agree. But right now, De Gea has done enough to go, I can last another season with you, big man. And if we can, and like you said, if you continue to improve the on-field performance, De Gea's in less situations. And of course, if he's kicking long, at least we're going to have someone up there who can control the ball in that midfield area, like Ty was saying. So it's not that deep that he needs to go now. This is the extremist talking. If you're talking about getting rid of him 2 seasons maximum, cool, makes sense.
Yeah,
Right now, makes no
If we
sense.
didn't have De Gea this season, we have a lot less points. To tell you that for free.
100.
Yeah.
And,
Apparently,
people forget when Delo's or Bruno's done a stupid flick or Fred's lost it in a key area. Who's there to bail us out? That's not De Gea's fault, by the way.
I think ultimately, every time you think you don't need David De Gea, he tells you the reason why we do need him. Don't get me wrong, we want a modern day approach. We want the distribution. We want all of that. I get what you mean. But ultimately, this Ten Hag ball, this Ten Hag system is not fully in fruition. We don't have the midfielders that he probably wants. He's making by with Eriksen. He's obviously got Casemiro. He wasn't even going to buy Sabitzer if it wasn't for the Casemiro injury. So we're not fully there yet in terms of what a Ten Hag ball is. This summer for me is critical in terms of the outfield players. Has he got all the players in? If he then says, you know what, I'm happy with certain players still being there, then that's to his. That's what he wants. But until I see proper midfielders, I can't come out here and say, oh well, David De Gea is not doing this and that. Because at the end of the day, when I look at it, when I'm at the pitch, I'm seeing players are not wanting to receive the ball. They're not wanting to, control games. We don't have control in that midfield. When the keeper's not even included in the play, we still don't control games. If we are controlling games and David De Gea every single time is a detriment to Man United, I will come on here and say, you know what? I got it wrong. David De Gea needs to go. But we don't control games regardless.
No, it's so side though as well. Let me add on top of that. Like we're Man United, like we got our touch of class. We're not Joe Harts. We're not Man City. We're not these teams, bro. Like we treat our legends more or less with respect and phase them out how they should be phased out. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Like yes, we build it on the player by buying them, and they have to earn their spot. But Man United's got more class than most teams. We're not Chelsea. Don't just get rid of your legends and boot them out. not Man City and get the Joe Hart treatment to get where you want to be, and all that stuff. And obviously, fair enough, they did that. But then they do treat their look what they do with Company and Silver now, and they're starting to get it, starting to have it in their heads how it should be. Aguero, I'm not too sure. That guy just got phased quick. But it happens, man. Happens. I agree. Someone said it. He's not the main worries in it at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's not a priority. So that's why I understand what Ten Hag's doing. It's the next season thing. Yeah,
absolutely. But like I said, we have got a game on Sunday. Just a quick one. What is your midfield three? I'm going to go with my midfield three without Casemiro. I'm going to go with. This is tough, man. I'm going to go with Fred and Sabitzer. Even though I'm not going to lie to you, I am worried about the balance in there. I still don't think they were able to control the game. But Fred and Sabitzer, I'm going to go with, and then Bruno just in front of him. What are you saying, Kaz?
That's the midfield three, yeah?
Yeah. Midfield three without Casemiro.
It has to be Fred and Sabitzer. They did play well against Leeds away. So people are just going to focus at home. This is what I mean. People focus
Sabitzer injured.
No,
injured.
Yeah, he was a doubt in it. His last game,
he's just on the bench. Yeah.
Did he play on the bench? Did he come on though?
He was
pretty sure he came on and played.
Wait, let me check.
Yeah, guys, let us know if he actually came on off the bench though. You know what I mean?
No, I think he said it 2 days ago. He had a. Oh no, I don't think he is. No, there's nothing new.
What's true?
He's on Man United as well. I'm seeing it right now. One sec.
I reckon he'll be all right by the time he comes back.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. Did he actually play when he came on?
Nah, he didn't.
No, you know what it is? It's all about. It's just pain. That's all it is.
I hope he didn't come on because
he didn't play. He didn't play.
Yeah, good. He didn't play. Yeah, I thought so.
No, he suffered a bit. He suffered a bit of knee pain by Sydney. It did not affect his performance. Basically, he played him on Saturday and decided to rest him. So he had knee
he should
pain.
be all right.
You gotta hope so, man. Like I said, man, we can't afford Sabitzer to be injured.
But anyways, I think he'll
amazing.
play. Anyways, he'll definitely play. I refuse to believe in McFred or McFruno. So Fred, McTominay, Bruno. I think it's Fred, Sabitzer, Bruno.
Yeah. You know, just before you give yours, Ty, you're looking at McTominay's role. You know what I mean? Do you reckon Ten Hag will even look at that and say, yo, listen, you see what you're doing there? You know what I mean?
Nah, I think Ten Hag is the manager that he's like, I've seen what you train with me. You've worked with me all season. Just because what you've done at Scotland is X, Y, I've seen the A to the X, Y. So he's seen the whole season. He's seen the whole process.
He's tried it before
like
this
that.
season. He started it, man. He's tried it.
McTominay had a sick international break, came on for Man United, and he sucked. Like honestly,
yeah, it's just. I'm sorry, that process for me. The McTominay is a Newcastle or West Ham. They can battle for him in the summer respectfully. No offense, but I just think that's where he needs to be. But
Hey,
I'll go.
Remember when Maguire played up front?
Oh yeah, don't. So that away or whatever. Oh my god, I'm gonna go Fred Sabitzer as well. I'm gonna go Bruno, and I might throw a curveball in there. I've just got a funny feeling that potentially the way Workhorse has played a lot of games, he might start. Saeed, you weren't watching. He might start. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
No, bro. I know that. Right. The thing is, and I'm not making it my. Obviously, he's got a lot of injuries, and we've got to see if he can stay fit. But I'm just saying, if he's actually trained over the international break, he's had a rest. Ten Hag's not rushed him. Workhorse has played a lot of games, a lot of minutes. He might just say, "Do you know what? I'll start you," because the only reason I say it, and I'll tell you why, I'm not speaking from dumbness. I'm speaking from logic. When Martial got injured against Everton, do you remember away? He got taken off 20 minutes. He got the assist for Anthony. Yeah. Martial was not fully available then, but he still started him because he's so key to the way we start games and play. He wanted to play Martial and take him off. If Martial's fitter than what that was, which he is because he's back training, he hasn't got no niggles or nothing, you'd play a fitter Martial over that. So
what's our record with Martial in the team? And
we haven't lost the game he started.
We win every game.
Bro, we haven't lost the game he started. But I'm not even trying to gas it. I think Workhorse.
Nah, gas it, man. Gas it.
Yeah, bro, Workhorse is not good enough, and I love Martial. I said it. If that guy was fit all season, man, boy, we'll be far closer to Arsenal. Trust me.
Yeah, I'd rather bring him on than rather start him. Though.
Now I hear you, but Cass, if he comes into that stadium and he spoke to you in the eye and goes, "I'm fit. I'm 100%. I'm ready." Get him in because
I don't care. I'm putting Rashford up front because they just pushes their back line massively. As I said, Sancho and Anthony for me, man. they haven't got pacey fullbacks for my liking. They won't have pacey wingers this time either. So it should be advantage more time.
Yeah, he might go with Weghorst, that physical thing. And to be fair, Weghorst did do okay in the final. Remember the first half, the assist in that? He
was
might,
good in the
you know,
second half.
he's
He was
gonna
crazy.
he's obviously gonna think of stuff like that. So he actually might go with Weghorst because of the final performance. But I'm not gonna grill Weghorst. I just don't think he's good enough at all. But that's yeah. But I'm gonna go Sabitzer. Yeah, I'm gonna go Sabitzer, Fred, and Bruno as well. And I think Sancho and Anthony. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anthony will definitely start, I believe, because that's his guy.
Anthony, yeah, man, he needs to start as well. You know what I mean? Getting up and performing as well. Brian, what are you saying? Your midfield three.
Sabitzer, Fred. I think Weghorst in the number 10 because he works defensively.
Okay.
Bruno off the left or off the right, and then it's gonna be Anthony. I think Anthony on the right, Bruno on the left, and then Rashi at number 9 in it. But I think Weghorst 10 in it because he works, and because you lot said the physicality thing in it. He's strong, he's got a body, he works. So why not?
No, bun that man.
I think so, innit?
Weghorst,
Let's put a 5 on it.
I hear the logic though. I mean,
Only the physicality side of things. I mean,
But he
I think
works,
Sabitzer-
innit?
I think Sabitzer,
to be
Bruno-
fair, do you know what, Cass? When I think about it, other than Varane, yeah, if we start Fred and Sabitzer, the only two player we've got is Varane. That is it.
it's just
Like that's crazy. And they've got Dan Burn, Botman, Shaw.
I love how you say this. Go ask Kendall how good they are in a year for all these big players that they got.
They probably don't score as much as they do, but you know what United do? We'll probably allow them to score too, because that's what we
That's
do.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
We
won't.
always-
You
we
say
always-
that now, and then they'll go and score 2 set pieces, and I'm like, this is United.
Get it? We're too focused on what they're gonna do rather than focusing what we can do instead. I think.
But that's the problem. That's what we don't do enough. I think.
That's what I don't like. I'd rather Fred just be annoying in and around. I know Joe Linton will always be a problem, whether McTominay plays or
No,
not.
I
He'll
think
be a
he's
problem.
suspended, isn't he?
Joe Linton's suspended, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, he's not about, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man.
so you're telling me they're gonna have Joe Willock. No, I don't even know he's gonna play left wing then.
Willock, Longstaff, and Gomares, isn't it?
Oh no, but who's playing left wing then?
He's sacked, man. Trust me. He's
Yeah,
playing.
You know what? You're
Yeah,
right. You
but
know
he's
what?
like a
You're probably
Wilson,
right.
innit?
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
You know what? I've had a change of heart now. Listen to you, man.
Wait.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
Who's
That's
right?
what
wing?
I'm- Yeah.
Who's
My
right? wing?
midfield that I'm probably going to run now, hearing what you man are saying, I think Bruno's going to drop deeper. Sadly. I say that regrettably. But I just think he's more tenacious and daring off the ball.
In the middle.
So I'm going to go Bruno, Fred, and I feel he's going to go Weghorst in the 10. Sorry, Sancho in the 10. I feel he'll go Weghorst up top, and then I feel like he's going to go Anthony and Rashford on the... Anthony right, Rashford left. That's
you know.
Yeah,
And
I
that-
can hear that.
yeah.
Isn't that all
that's
our-
what I'm going with?
All of
Sancho
our
in the
attacking
10.
threat. Isn't that all of our attacking threat straight on the pitch?
No,
There's
because
I feel like he likes to keep either one or
Bro,
two.
it's the only
players
players we've got on the pitch, bro. That's also...
Yeah, then
That's what I
Brian,
meant,
and
the
then
youth
Brian,
players.
don't worry, because then we bring on the best attacker, and then we win the game.
Oh man, listen. On that note,
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, that's it, man.
You know what it is?
back.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it up.
Say. Just quickly though, before we go, if Martial comes on bangs, Faz has to be here next week.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
Yeah, make sure, man.
Yeah, Faz must be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Can't
like I
run,
said,
Faz.
man,
We coming.
there's literally like a glimmer of hope. And this is what I think for me. If Martial can stay fit till in the season, it'll be a huge plus, man.
Oh,
'Cause then
huge,
we've got
yeah.
something option off the bench, man. We
Mhm.
don't have to persist every time with Weghorst. But listen, big up to everybody who's locked in. Make sure you are liking the video. There's still over 600 in here. We should be on at least 300 likes. But like I said, that's down to you guys liking the video, man. It
Come on,
costs you-
people, man. What's going on?
Come on, man. Like the video, bottom right hand
Just
corner.
smash the thing. Just smash the thing, bro. Just go, you know what? F it, done. Just press it, man. That's
Yeah,
it.
man. That's
Don't
it.
be too proud over liking someone's video. You're here anyway, innit? So don't be too proud of that, man. Trust
Yeah,
me.
absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Big up Brian coming in. What are you saying, bro? Let them know where they can find you, man.
Marshall FC. That's all I have to say today. Marshall FC. We'll do it next week. Next week,
I
but
didn't
today
know
is
Brian
Marshall
was.
FC.
I didn't know you was.
I'm there, bro. I'm there.
I
I'm
love
so
that.
Gas, that's my guy. Marshall
Oh,
FC. I don't have to say
love
anything
that,
else.
man.
Shout out to Saeed. Shout out to all the man in a minute. Shout out to you lot, man.
Yeah, big love, man. Big love.
Come on, man. Neji, man. Big up to you for coming on, man. Usual.
Love, bro. Love. Always, as always, man. Big shout out to the panel, man. I always like doing the Mandem talks, man. Do you know what I mean? So big shout out to you lot. Make sure you like the video again. Come on, man. Like, don't be too feisty for that. Press the like. And of course, if you need anything to do with myself, right there, this way, there you go. Sunshine 47. Catch me on Twitter, preview spaces. I'm running the most healthiest and blessed spaces that you'll ever find on Twitter. I don't do toxicity. So make sure you go and hit me up on Twitter. Get involved in the conversations and make sure you go join the community. Let's Talk United on Twitter for your free football shirt giveaways that I do every game show. So make sure you go check that out, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big up Tyrone in the building. Tyrone, let them know, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Every time for having me. Big up Brian, big up Nigel, big up Cass every single time. Make sure you like this video, people. Make sure you subscribe. Also, check us out as well. Never a Foul on our way to 8K. That's for our generic content. And then Trafford Tunnel as well, our Manchester United channel. We'll be doing some bits and bobs on that from next week as well. So, yeah, Never a Foul and Trafford Tunnel. And, yeah, man, keep supporting up the stream, man. Big up everyone and happy Ramadan as well.
Come on, man. Come on. Big up Safe as well in the building with the super chat there. We got Kaz in the building. Kaz, let them know, man.
Yeah, same as Ty.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, people. Make sure you go follow up all the Mandem's channels. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow with some more content. Like I said, leave a like on the video on your way out. And yeah, man, we'll see you next week for Mandem Talk. We're out. Peace.